1984 is usually remembered for the giant titles that dominated movie theaters, pop culture, and home conversations for years afterward.
We've had enough. You stinking...
It was a year filled with major hits, known franchises, and movies that still get referenced today.
You're all Repo Man.
But every busy year creates shadows, and inside those shadows are films that never became the headline story. These are the 1984 movies that didn't become the center of the conversation, but might be worth your time now. Starman blended science fiction, romance, and road movie storytelling in a way that stood apart from louder releases of that era. The story follows an alien taking human form and traveling across America with a grieving widow while government forces close in behind them. What makes the film stand out is its restraint. Rather than relying on spectacles, it focuses on connection, curiosity, and two characters learning from one another.
Hey! Bingo!
Jeff Bridges' performance gave the central role an unusual balance of innocence and intelligence. Instead of playing the visitor as threatening or funny, the character feels observant and sincere. While larger science fiction films often receive more attention in that period,
I gave you a baby tonight. If you do not want this baby, tell me now, I will stop it.
Starman took a quieter route, and that difference is exactly what gives it its staying power.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Runaway looked towards the future through a very 1980s lens. The premise centers on a police officer who handles malfunctioning household robots, only to uncover a wider criminal plot involving weaponized machines.
I'm not kidding, asshole. Drop your gun.
Now kiss your ass goodbye.
The setup allowed the film to mix crime thriller pacing with technological anxiety. It reflected a growing curiosity about automation long before smart devices became common in everyday life.
There.
What gives the movie value now is how it captures early fears about machines entering domestic life. The technology may look dated, but the ideas behind it became more relevant with time. It also moves efficiently, treating its concept seriously enough to keep the tension working.
Satisfied? I'm delighted. I'm ecstatic. It's good. Good. Where are the chicks?
Johnny Dangerously.
You're from Saturday Night Live. You're Joe I'm Danny Berman. This chump was gonna show you some previews for a new gangster movie called Johnny Dangerously. Check this out.
Approach gangster stories through parody. Rather than imitate crime films respectfully, it exaggerated the language, the characters, and the dramatic stakes into outright absurdity.
All right, Tribune, get your Tribune. Get your Tribune. Tribune, get your Tribune. One lousy
Michael Keaton's performance sits at the center of it. He plays the title role with complete commitment. The film also arrived before spoof comedies became heavily saturated. Some viewers missed it at the time, but for those who enjoy fast-paced parody, it remains a memorable entry.
You shouldn't grab me, Johnny. My mother grabbed me once.
Razorback took a simple concept, a giant wild boar terrorizing the Australian outback, and treated it with striking visual seriousness. Instead of leaning only on creature thrills, the movie uses landscape, lighting, and atmosphere to create more tension. The environment feels hostile long before the animal appears. That choice separates it from many genre films built around similar premises. It isn't just about the attack scenes. It's about isolation, scale, and danger in a place where help feels far away. Its visual style helped it remain notable among fans of international horror and survival thrillers.
You like a hand?
Dreamscape centered on psychic individuals entering the dreams of others. The concept allowed the film to move between reality, nightmares, and political conspiracy.
I saw Enter the Dragon 6 times. You blew it, Alex. While you were fooling around with Novotny, I was learning how to take advantage in here.
What stands out is how many ideas it attempts at once. It functions as science fiction, suspense, fantasy, and action, often within the same sequence. Dream-based storytelling also gave the movie room for creative visuals and unpredictable scenarios.
Why, Tommy? Why'd you do it to me? Why, Tommy?
Daddy?
I loved you, Tommy Ray.
Daddy, I'm sorry.
A threat inside a dream, which adds energy to the structure. The premise aged well because entering the subconscious remains a compelling idea in film. Later movies explored similar territory, but Dreamscape was working with it decades earlier. These are the 1984 hidden gems that were not the loudest releases. They weren't the movies on every poster or every lunchbox. They were the ones waiting slightly off to the side.
Let's see if you still got balls, Terry.
And sometimes those are the titles that age in the most interesting ways.
My wife's up there poking around. She's making like she knows what the fuck is up. I fired her down onto the fucking car.